Hey guys, and welcome to another build analysis video. So I noticed that Queen, for example, and a lot of the pros will do this build, which is a 12 hatch build, right? We go up to 9 Overlord, and that will be, let's see, about 51 seconds if I don't mess this up. And got it about 52. Okay, so slightly delayed. And then you wait for 3 more drones. So first you build 2, and then on the larva, and then after that you grab the drone to go to make a hatchery. So about the right timing for the hatchery, the perfect one would be 1:36. Yeah, so I have 1:36 and I can build a hatchery, but it goes down a little bit later because I had to move up. So if I just moved a little bit higher here, so it goes down, it will be making faster. But no matter. Now I do an 11 pull, 10 gas. Gas before 2 minutes if possible. So, okay, 156 pull and gas right at 2 minutes. You can skip ahead. I'm just making drones, doesn't matter. Then when this drone comes out, we put it onto the gas, and then 2 more. This is pretty good. So what happens is that if our gas goes exactly 2 minutes, or like a split second before that, at 2 minutes and 48 seconds, we're going to have the pull done, and we're going to have 100 gas. And this is 248, 100 gas Lair. Okay? So, why does it matter that it's 248? Because of the Lair being finished timing, that's when we get the new larva. When Lair finishes, you get an additional larva. And we want to time it right after the previous larva already spawned, so then we get more larva, right? Because it resets the larva timer to 0. But I'm going to offer you an alternate build that's better than the pro build. So let's do same map, Blitzy as I call it, and I'll show you how I do basically the same build but better. It's not that much of a difference, but I'll tell you why it's better. If you go 11 hatch, you can time out a faster hatchery, right? So before it was 138, but it could have gone down at as early as 136. Now, what is our timing? So 131, I can throw down the hatchery. And we have it at 132, right? Could have gotten 131. That's the fastest. And then we don't build, we build this drone. We don't build it before the hatchery, we build it after. And the rest is about the same, right? We build the pool and the gas, but in this case sometimes it's a bit tighter timing, so we build the gas, and then while the drone is moving we order the pool. So the timing ends up being like this. This drone comes out, and about 156 I order the pool. I give it like an extra second. Like I could have ordered the pool a little bit faster, but I give myself a little bit of buffer time so I can select this drone make the gas, because if you make the gas too early, it will say not enough minerals and pop out. So you want to start this thing. You want to start this thing like 156 here, and then right. So then the 157, we're already getting it down, right? 157, 158, and then this one is moving. It takes like 2 seconds to go to here, and then boom, 159. We started the gas, and of course, since we start the gas at the same time and we start the pool at the same time, it's not going to be a big difference when we get the lair, right? We have 100 gas already because we actually started the gas a little bit earlier using that trick. And yeah, basically 248. I think if you pause it at the exact moment, you can get a 248 lair. And why does this matter? This hatchery is already coming up. So you might say, well, you lost mining time of 1 drone. But how much mining time did we lose? Let's compare. What timing do we get the drone in the first build? Here, we make this drone, and we just ignore everything else, right? It pops out 140, you know, and then we make it mine, right? And then yada yada yada, and then we pull off a drone here at 150 something, right, to make the pool. And we just see how much longer it took for us to get that 12th drone in the other replay. And then we can calculate how much mining time we lost, right? So, here, we're going to calculate when we have this drone pop, 150. So we lost 10 seconds. Because there's already a few drones here, we're not getting the full fastest mining time. We can estimate between 8 and 16 minerals lost, because in the fastest patches it takes 7 seconds to make a round trip, but in the slower ones it's like 8 seconds, but then you're blocking the other drones from mining, because these patches are all saturated, right? So sometimes we're up 8 minerals, sometimes 16, right? It's like on average maybe 10. So because we have that hatchery faster, you would say, well, you have your other drone 5 seconds faster, right? We have a 132 hatchery versus 138, but really should have been about a 5-second difference, because it's 50 minerals, and we are mining in about 600 minerals a minute, a little bit faster, but not that much faster. About 610. If we're boosting, get a little bit more. But anyway, it's still about a 5-second difference. So you might say, well, you still lost minerals, but not really, because the first larva is faster. The second larva is also faster. So after making 2 drones, we have made up the difference. After making 3 drones from the expansion, we're already 5 minerals ahead. And you might say, well, that worked because you got the right side minerals. Well, I did the left side minerals too. Left side minerals are slower for 4 pool and 5 pool. Why? Because these patches, like, they're not as fast as the fastest 4 patches, but they're okay. You see, I got this. It says boosting because I pulled up the drone up this way. I kind of click here, so it goes over the left, and then you can boost a little bit. And then I'm boosting here. Once you start boosting like this, and you boost by clicking, like I showed in the other videos, you actually catch up, right? So what is our timing on the Overlord? Just to check how we're doing with this build. And the time's actually better here, 151. Right. I got one, or just 51 seconds. And then get more drones and throw down the hatchery, etc. While we're still boosting here, right? So we're boosting these 3 patches, and then we put these to mine, yada yada yada. Here I messed up and the hatchery was late, but it doesn't affect it. We're still making one more drone here. It was late, doesn't matter. We're still just gonna throw down the pool and the gas at the same time, because this drone's not gonna mine anything. And like, we actually grabbed the gas drone from farther away. Gives us more of a buffer for like mistakes and stuff. If you get it already next to the gas, it can go too quickly. So you'll actually come out of the extractor and then you'll be 2 seconds later, right? So that would be not ideal. And then just get 3 drones in there. If you use G and you click on the gas, so gather shortcut, before the gas is done, you can tell the drones to start moving over there. But if they get there before it's done, you still have to tell them to mine again. So it's still kind of useful. And then boom, 248. We started our lair. This hatchery could have been done, but it's a few seconds late. And so we can do it from the left and the right side, and the top side minerals are also pretty fast, but I'm not gonna do one more replay to try to show you this. But that means the 12 hatch is not ideal for even a very tight build, where we need to get this at 248, because if we're getting at 251 or whatever, like we mess it up, don't boost correctly, the layer being late is not just your Mutalisk being late, it's also the messing up your larva timing, right? So it's gonna actually be worse, right? But if you do it right, you're still gonna be able to get the 11 hatch, so faster hatchery, better mining, more larva. Not a whole larva, but the larvas come out faster, so your units are like 5 seconds faster. I think it's a pretty big deal, especially for how fast your Mutalisks come out. You really want like 7 Mutalisks as fast as possible to go one-shot the SCVs. For against Protoss, we already know that 12 hatch doesn't make sense. Against Zerg, doesn't make sense, because you're trying to get a faster hatch and pool. So we get the hatchery and the pool, so 11-10 instead of 12-11. Because, I mean, we just want more Zerglings faster to defend ourselves, right? For 3 hatcheries before pool, or for 3 hatch muta, or whatever the build you're gonna do, that's a little bit slower. Of course, I've already demonstrated that getting this hatchery faster will eventually get you more minerals, because you're getting faster larva. Because here's why. By making the hatchery faster, we are, for each 50 minerals that we save, we save 5 seconds. But by getting each drone from the main hatchery, we saw that if we get more drones, it's only a few seconds of mining for that drone. It's not worth it. In this case, the 12 hatch was wasting 5 seconds on the hatchery in order to get you 10 seconds of one drone mining. And that's just not worth it. Even if you're going to throw down a 3rd hatchery, that one drone mining a 3rd hatchery at best will give you 16 minerals, which is 1.6 seconds of mining of your income, right? So even if you go 3 hatch before gas, which is a bad build, because you can afford to throw down the gas before the third hatch and still have a lot of larvae, it's still not going to make sense, because you're slowing down your second hatch just to get the third hatch a little bit earlier, like 1.5 seconds earlier in the third hatch, but you're going to be 5 seconds later on the second hatch. So in fact, when you're throwing down hatcheries, the proper time should actually be the earliest you can without getting larva blocked. Even a slight larva block is still better, because if you get larva block for 1 second, it's still better if you throw down the second hatch 5 seconds earlier. Once you get into like 9 hatch, it's going to be a lower econ build. So in that case, you will actually lose economy. But if you do 11 hatch, it's going to be superior in every case, except for when you mess up and you actually don't do the build correctly. But I'm shocked that professionals still choose to do a suboptimal build, even though it's obvious you can do it this way and not have an issue if you just get all the boosting and don't have the drone stuck in your hatchery or mess it up, right? Like you can always make 12 hatch if you're behind, because for example, you can check, oh, what time's my overlord? Is my overlord, by like 52 seconds, 51 seconds? Okay, then we're on time. If it's like 53 seconds, then you're behind what the ideal build is. So I'd say 12 hatch is literally pointless and an old build before boosting was invented, and people just kind of boost and don't really think about how to optimize the build further. I think 11 hatch is the future here.